Fireside Spurs podcast. Today, we have a very full cast. I am joined, lastly, so we'll start with him first because he joined last, Mr. Jamie. How are we doing, Jamie?
Oh, you slipped then, didn't you? Yeah, I'm sparkling, mate. I'm feeling cute and pretty today. Might post a selfie, might delete it later. It's a funny old week for me this week. It's my birthday on Sunday, and I hope you're all coming to my 40th birthday party.
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
30th birthday party that I know absolutely nothing about. So
you hosting it in Battersea Park?
Could do.
We could have a socially distanced, kind of get together.
Oh, what with
like
you in Luton and me in Battersea Park?
So you got there before I did.
Yeah, I know.
We all go to our local park. Go to Battersea up to my local park.
I know how your mind works anyway. But yeah, sorry I was late to the pod tonight and getting on Zoom. I was just finishing off cooking dinner for my family and did some pasta and managed to get some herbs in my eye. And for a split second, I was partially sighted. It was terrible. So that's why I was late.
I think we could probably pause and re-go, couldn't we? We could start again, I think.
No,
Shall we bother? I mean,
they love it.
So that's Jamie. So we're also joined by Andy. How are we doing, Andy?
yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I quite enjoyed the game at the weekend. I didn't think we turned up really, but yeah, it was
a solid performance.
Yeah.
Solid performance from us.
Solid.
Clean sheet.
I think so. I mean, put them in the washing machine once a week. It's
just scrap it now. I'm leaving.
Okay. We're also joined by Simon Gray. How are we doing, Simon?
Yeah, sorry. I think I've double booked. I've got to go. I can't stick around this.
I don't blame you. We'll just leave Jamie and Andy together, and they can just
euphemize this together for the next hour. And
Yeah.
we'll just check in.
what a writing partnership that would be.
I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
So anyway, Simon, how you been?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. All right, hanging in there. Still enjoying, the glamorous lockdown of Elstree, but yeah, it's all fine, thanks.
Did you have the many beers that you threatened to have before the pod?
I've had a few. I've got it's a nice rosé here because that's obviously what men drink on a Monday night. I'm just chilling out.
Can't beat a rosé d'Anjou.
Good stuff.
I don't know. It's
Good
just
stuff.
nonsense.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's just.
And lastly, joined by Stace. How are we doing, Stace? Long weeks for you, isn't it? Long days, long weeks.
Long weeks, not too many hours, and roll on when all the possessions finish, really. But I've been busy. I've been doing some time trialling. I've done 3 of the same courses, time trialling on a bike, and I've got 3 exactly the same times, which is freaky, which is unheard of.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
26
So did you just
minutes.
do it once and then just?
I don't know. If you don't do it, you always drop 10 off 20 seconds. I don't know why I'm hitting the same mark all the time.
Yeah.
Show us your leg, Stace.
Yeah, no, I'm trying a new technique on Thursday. I'm going to strip the bike right down and save a bit of weight.
Take the wheels off.
I'm going to get a little electric motor.
Yeah, nice.
A little battery stuck in a saddle, and I'm going to try and pip all these fast boys. On a serious note, we've got some guys I'm doing 26 minutes. They're going around 21:50. 21, same course, 21 minutes.
Blimey.
And how long's the course, Stace?
10 miles.
Okay, so you're doing that in 26.50. I'd be doing that in 26 weeks, I think, probably, on my current fitness levels. So, would be kind of, still, I'll still be going while you've done it twice.
I'm straight in the middle. So you've got people doing it in 30 minutes and people doing it in 22, 21, 22. So, yeah, I'm bang down the middle. So got to work on something. I don't know what. Getting too old.
Yes, I know that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so let's crack on. We're here for our end of season jolly. We've got all of us here for once. It was good. Managed to get everyone here. Jamie nearly missed the party, but he managed to down his food in time.
I got my sight back as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Does that help you? So you can start off with the our first thing for today then.
Yeah, on this day, drum roll. On this day in 1974, we played a friendly against Hearts, and we drew 1-1, and John Pratt scored. And I've got another one which isn't Spurs related. Well, it's sort of linked to Spurs on my account as well. Paxton. On this day in 1803, Joseph Paxton, who was an English landscape architect, notably of Crystal Palace, you'll know this being a South Londoner boy, was. And
of course.
If he'd managed to survive, Joseph Paxton would have been 217 years old today. So give an applause to Joseph Paxton.
Yeah.
And also, one last one. On this day in 1960, I saw this on the BBC website earlier. A woman got arrested at 4 a.m. for burning all of her bills. Her name was Bernadette.
Right, should we just end it now?
Just kick him out, man.
Just start again.
Oh, mate.
That's the last of it.
Sometimes you've got to know when to stop, mate.
You lost the crowd, bro.
Know when to draw the line. So
that's the last one.
That's the last one,
right,
isn't it?
It is. That's your only.
It is the last one.
Yeah, it really is, mate. Yeah.
I think we should. I think on that note, we just jump into the football. So
let's do it.
Where should we start? So the season.
Well,
how did we feel about the season, Simon? You look like you're chomping at the bit to get in there. So just.
I think it's just been disappointing on so many different fronts. I just don't think that we got going. If I'm perfectly honest, we had sort of from the Hugo's injury right at the start of the season to various there's a couple other injuries. Harry went off again. Sonny got banned for however many games. This one's been banned, etc., etc. I just don't feel we really had a run at it. I just think we felt like every time we felt like we were going to get out of a gear, something happened which just then cut us down again. And that's why for me it's kind of like I appreciate a pandemic got in the way, but it just feels that we never really got out of first or second gear. I think if you look at looked at some stats and stuff like that, and you just kind of go, what a bit of a kind of a non-season it's been for us in that sense. Lowest points tally for what is it, a decade or something. We have only won 16 games. We've drawn and lost more than we've actually won. I mean, it's what from the moment that it all started going. I was like, they've lost a bit of their mojo because of the Champions League final. Well, lost their mojo, flushed it down the toilet, and tore it all up and put it in the shredder. So I'm basically quite pleased it's all over, frankly.
I think it's interesting you say that because, I mean, I had a quick look back this morning at the season or how we started, and the season we didn't start that badly actually. If you think about it, when we had Man City to play, we
beat Villa on the
went
first
away to Man
day.
City, beat Villa, beat Villa,
but they were unconvincing.
Man City away.
They were unconvincing though, weren't they?
Yeah, but no. Well, I don't know. But, I mean,
ponderous.
we went to we went to the Emirates, and we were ahead and threw away a victory.
Yeah, we did.
So we got but then at some point it seemed to fall apart at some point. Because we in amongst
after Leicester.
We smashed
Leicester.
Yeah, I mean we smashed Palace.
Don't you think though that,
as well?
Don't you think we really fell apart? Not this season, but it was last season.
Definitely.
I just don't think we were playing very well last season. So
no, we haven't been playing well for ages.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think that little period we lost when Sonny scored and it was ruled off because of his big toe. We would have been 2-0 up against Leicester. Yeah. And then after that, we went and lost to Colchester, didn't we, in the Cup?
Yeah.
And he got absolutely reamed for that, losing to Colchester. And it was on penalties, I think, or something like that, was it?
And there wasn't the Brighton game off the back of that, or was maybe a game or two later.
Oh well, the Brighton game was on the back of the Bayern game. that we
after the bone
that we
game.
don't want to
Right.
talk about.
Right. So that's exactly. So there's been enough, I mean, we're just sort of throwing out disastrous situations here, but
Yeah.
I think to the point is, it feels like every time we lifted our heads and felt like, oh, okay, we're going to go now. Then we just had a couple of bad results or a dodgy result or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just, fell apart again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Jose's been talking about that mentality issue, hasn't he? Where he just feels that we're not really in the right place or weren't in the right place. And maybe, we're better now. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out next season.
Exactly.
But it's interesting what you were saying, Simon, that, we lost 11 games, but Leicester and Chelsea above us lost 12 games. And Man City lost 9 games. So
Right.
it was a very weird season all round, really. And for the fact that we got Europe was just pretty amazing, I think.
We won a cup as well. We won the Audi Cup.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That's before.
Did you say the Audi or the oldie?
The Audi or the old? We won that, and then Bayern never let us, never forgive us, did they? Operation from Sponsors.
Exactly.
If you look at, when Jose came in, we kind of things picked up. I wasn't one of his biggest fans, and he went on this massive charm offensive to try and win people over and everything like that. And he seemed to be this different personality than what we were kind of expecting. And the way we were playing was a little bit more open than I thought we would play to start with, but we were getting results.
West Ham started. It was his first game, was it not?
It was. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
We won that.
Yeah, and it all seemed fairly positive. And then again, I think with Jose, there was for that sort of honeymoon period, it felt like there was there was a point where things sort of dropped off a little bit, and that might have been when we played. I can't remember if it was the Man United game or where we started to. The game was a big game where we should have kind of won, but tactically he was sort of out of thought. And I think Chelsea was another big game where you thought, right, okay. I think we were, we all went into that in high expectations. We bridged the gap to where they were in the league. Yeah, everyone was kind of excited and. Yeah. I think I don't even remember for right. I think they were in a bad vein of form, and all of a sudden, the world and its brother were making us favourites for that game, and it was like him up against his apprentice as they were billing it, and we just we were just again out thought and out fought, and it just looked like okay, and that's where it looked like things kind of changed in terms of what he was like. And maybe that's where he kind of started to really question the mentality of the players, because probably losing to Chelsea, losing to Lampard in that manner probably really fucked him off.
That's the thing.
He had the games in between, though, didn't he? Leading up to that, but the Burnley game was the best game that I've seen us play.
5-0, yeah. And then we went away to Wolves and beat them 2-1.
With Jan Vertonghen scoring that death deader at the end.
Lost to Chelsea, obviously. Then we won 2-1 against Brighton Boxing Day. Then drew 2-2 with Norwich, and then lost to Southampton on New Year's Day. So 2020 started off on a really bad front, didn't it? It's just continued. Yeah, on all fronts, not just football.
I think that obviously COVID's helped us because it gives us a chance to get all our players back. COVID's helped us more than anyone else, I think, in the league.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Let's look at the injury list. I think before the break, I think Harry was definitely out. Who was out? Musa was out.
Sonny was out.
Sonny was out.
So we again, it's like another example of just having more things that weren't in our favour had made it just much more difficult for us to get out of first or second gear and have a real kind of run at stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, when we came back, I mean, Jamie, you said it was 2020 has been a bit of a shit year, which it has, like no doubt about that. But as we've said, like the break kind of helped us. But when we came back, it did feel like, it kind of